Okay, start out with an injury report. Shaq did have a significant ankle injury. Probably going to miss some extended time, but we need some further evaluation tomorrow with the doc. So we'll give you the information when we have a full evaluation. Tough loss. There's we just got to own every bit of it. We got to learn from it and got to get better. Obviously, I thought the defense really played well, kept us in the game for a long time. I was encouraged, it's 6-3 at halftime and feel like we were struggling on like we were behind the sticks all the time. Just couldn't get a rhythm or couldn't get momentum on offense. Some penalties and some miscues here and there had us behind the sticks. Defense kept us in, made plays, got some turnovers. That was good. I thought special teams played well. We're talking in there for a little bit, not with the team, just talking with a couple guys. Like I've seen this before. It's not that far away. It looks bad, but really I don't believe it's that far away. We make a couple plays here, here and there, and the next thing you know, you got 28, 30 points. I know that's true. I know we have the players and the coaches to do it. I have zero doubt about that. It's just we have to execute better on offense. I'll open it up from there.
Frank, is there a couple plays you would point to that kind of back that up, what you're saying about being close?
Yeah, fair question, Joe. Let me look at the film just to really and again, I don't like to single plays or players out, but I just know in the course of that game, there were a couple opportunities here and there that we just got to be better on and have a chance.
Frank, obviously, Bryce is under a lot of pressure. How do you feel about the way he's handling that pressure?
I think Bryce is handling the pressure well. Listen, he's a quarterback, head coach, quarterback, right? We're going to take the heat and that just comes with the territory. So you own that and you understand that when you're in that position. And Bryce understands that for the position that he's in. So I can tell you this: it's certainly, our struggle on offense. It's not one person. Again, we'll look at the film, but I thought Bryce did some really positive things. Made some plays with his feet, made some good decisions, made good throws, showed plenty of things that we want to see. So I was encouraged by that. I know how hard it is to play that position. I've been around it a long time, and I know how dependent it is on everything. So we all got to get better. Everybody's got to get better, coaches and players. So that's the way we work through it.
Then it came after.
Receiver play where they get in on separation.
Yeah, I thought the receivers ran good routes. I thought at times, I thought there's some things that looked good out there at times. So again, I got to take a closer look at the film, but I'm confident in our group of receivers. I'm confident in our group of receivers.
Given it
Frank,
came
I
after
know
a
that
turn.
it was just something that you guys were doing with preseason where you would call the first half, Thomas Brown would call the second half. When you get kind of in an offensive rut like tonight, does it ever come up as a possibility to possibly let him get in and call a few, or is that not a change that you would make in game?
Yeah, that's not a change I would make in game. Listen, the way I've mentioned this before, the way we call plays, I'm calling the plays, but it's very collaborative. I'm talking to those guys on the sideline, but I'm the one who calls them. And, I'm always going to do what I think is best for the team. Right now, I think it's best for the team that I'm calling the plays. I'm confident in the play calling. We all got to get better, but I'm not ready to do anything there. Thomas is a great coach. He's, one day I want him to call it. When that will be, I don't know. But right now, I know it's a lot of things. It's not the play calling. I can be better. All the coaches can be better. All the players can be better. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I'm confident that we have the coaches and the players and the play caller to be better on offense.
Is there a physicality element to the run game? There's a physicality element to the run game that, especially in short yardage, you're looking to enhance for this team moving forward. I know the offensive line is juggling a few pieces there, but is that problematic from your view right now?
I thought last week, we ran the ball well. And then we didn't get the run game. We didn't get to the run game early. We were behind the sticks. I just felt like we were behind in long yardage situations. I have to go back and look at it, but it just felt to me like I wanted to call more runs. we had that one nice run on the second play of the game. I thought, ooh, that's a good sign, downhill run. We busted up there for +10, but just had a hard time getting back to some of the runs when we were behind the sticks.
Frank Throckmorton was in late. Was that injury or other?
No, that was just, we had talked about giving him a few plays, in the game. So that was kind of planned out.
Given it came after a turnover, how big of a blow was that fumble in the first half?
The what now?
Given it was right after you guys forced a turnover, how big was that fumble by Bryce in the first half?
Every turnover hurts, right? I mean, every turnover hurts. That's one of those unfortunate ones where he made a lot of plays he made several plays with his feet today. This one, the guy comes behind him, gets the ball out. So it was a tough break, but, we got to try to minimize turnovers.
Frank, you brought up wanting to run the ball more. This game was a tie game or a 3-point game until like 3 minutes left in the third quarter. From a rhythm standpoint as a play caller, is there someone who kind of tells you what everything's going on? Do you have like a sounding board on the sideline that you really rely on?
Oh, yeah. I mean, believe me, I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to everybody all the time. I primarily am talking to Thomas. Primarily talking to Thomas. I'm talking to Parks Frazier, who's our pass game coordinator, and I'm talking to Kemp and our O-line coach. Those are the main guys, So we're all collaborating, so everybody else feeds their information through those three guys. And then, I'm talking to those three guys about, finding out, hey, what's our next move? We collaborate on that together in between series, sometimes in between plays. Sometimes thinking out 2 plays in advance. I'll be calling a play on first down, and I'll say, hey, Thomas and Parks, be looking at third down. Let's just look at the third down options so we can talk about it when we get there. So kind of in that mode.
Frank, a few scattered boos tonight at various times when the offense was on the field. Is that just also part of playing quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, and that's not for. I don't think that's Bryce. I mean, that's on me. That's on our team. So that's part of it. That's part of it. So I don't like it. Believe me, we want to give the fans wins and exciting brand of football. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're planning on doing. It's a process. We're 2 games into a 17-game season. Things haven't gone the way we wanted, but nobody's throwing in the towel. I mean, it's a long year. We got another game coming up here Sunday. It'll be up on us real quick, so we got to learn from this one and get better for next week.
We didn't see much of Chuba tonight after, I think he had 9 carries last weekend. What was the deal there?
I just think it was more like we couldn't get the run game going, and just not as many. We had 79 plays last week. We had 79 offensive plays. I think, might have been the most in the NFL last week, or right up there. So naturally, everybody was going to get more plays on offense tonight. I don't know what we had, but I know it wasn't anywhere close. And then, like I said, I just felt like we were struggling a little bit behind the sticks, and I felt like we were going to snap out of it. I felt like we hit a couple plays, and there were a couple things that looked good, and I thought we were going to snap out of it, and we just couldn't seem to do that. So, we'll keep working.
Frank, you started off.
We'll do one more, and this will be the last one.
Frank,
And then Steve Reed.
you had some slow starts in Indy and then turned it around and finished with above 500 records. When it gets to a point like this, what is the direction you have to take as a head coach? What does the message have to be?
I mean, it's a week-to-week league. All that matters is the next week. So, we started 1-5 and made the playoffs, one year. So I'm not saying that's easy to do. We don't want to do that. We don't want to start off poorly, but, every year it happens. So we can't play all the hypothetical scenarios. In this league, as coaches and I understand that everybody else has to do that. I mean, if I was a fan or if I was a journalist, I would be thinking all those things. For coaches and players, we're thinking about Seattle. We're thinking about, hey, let's watch this tape. Let's see how each one of us can get better. And stay in the present. Forget everything else. All that matters is Seattle. This one, there's nothing we can do about it except learn from our mistakes. So we'll learn from our mistakes and get ready for Seattle.
Frank, just to follow up on Shaq, is the fear a broken ankle?
I don't know yet. I don't want to say, so I don't have that information yet.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.